Hello learners, I am Dr. Madhuri Hooda from Department of Education, Maharshi Dhyanand University, Rohtak. Today, we will discuss assessment and feedback in science subjects. The learning outcomes of the present session are, after going through this section, you will be able to define the term assessment and feedback. You will be able to explain the nature and characteristics of assessment. You will be able to understand the three types of assessment with their purpose. You will be able to explain the importance of planning in assessment for a science teacher. You will be able to explain various types of tools and strategies of assessment and feedback in science. See, assessment is complementary as well as an integrated part of teaching for any subject in general and teaching science in particular at secondary level of education. And the main purpose of teaching science at this level is to inculcate among learners scientific attitude and to develop necessary process skills of science. And it becomes very essential for a science teacher to integrate assessment as an inevitable and inseparable element in his teaching and learning of science. Assessment is a highly purposeful activity. It's a complex process and requires from a science teacher the sincerest planning, honest and careful execution of the assessment. And it is only through the assessment that the various learning experiences, skills, attitude, experiments learned by the learner can be evaluated and can be measured effectively. Assessment refers to widely varied tools, methods and strategies used by the teachers to evaluate, measure and record learners' learning outcomes, skills, attitude, their strengths and weaknesses, needs and problems. Assessment can be done by the use of tests, tools, techniques, methods, strategies used to measure learning outcomes with respect to the learning objectives. Let us see the definition given by Manitoba Education and Training, reporting on students' progress and achievement. According to it, assessment is the systematic process of gathering information about what a student knows and is able to do and is learning to do. Assessment is based upon the instructional objectives and help a teacher in ensuring and judging how far students have achieved these objectives and further helping him or her to replan, reteach, reassess until and unless the learners achieve a desired level of educational objectives which are predetermined. Now let us see what feedback is. It's the important part of assessment. Feedback is the response or the information given to students about their learning and to teachers about their teaching. And effective and proper feedback plays vital role in helping learners to improve their learning and teachers to improve their teaching. It aims at bringing quality in both the learning and teaching. And if for a science teacher, its significance is very high. Now let us see the nature of assessment in science. We are familiar with the fact that teaching science as a distinctive approach as compared to other subjects and its practical nature suggested by the national aims and objectives of teaching science makes its teaching and assessment quite novel, unique and thoughtful. First, we can say it promotes spirit of scientific inquiry. A science teacher should always keep in mind that the assessment activity in the subject must promote and develop a spirit of scientific inquiry and a sense of asking questions along with critical thinking. And assessment should never promote rote learning and mere memorization of facts, as it would be a wastage of resources also. Then, assessment should relate to all the domains of cognitive level. A science teacher needs to identify, decide and plan that which content is related to what level and what should be appropriate tool or technique for its assessment. Then it should be comprehensive in nature. Teacher should include in his assessment those tools and methods which assesses learners' comprehension of the concept, its linkage to daily life, presentation and communication skills, demonstration skills, values and attitudes. It promotes development of process skills, and major role of assessment is not grading or promoting. Its role is facilitating development of scientific process skills. Then we can say assessment should be based upon instructional objectives. A science teacher while framing assessment should keep in mind that the instructional objective which are to be measured, and it's a collaborative process, it's ongoing process, it's ongoing and continuous. Assessment that is integrated into daily teaching learning offers students frequent chances to gain feedback, to improve their learning style and method, and to monitor their progress. Teachers provide informal assessment by questioning students and offering the comments. Now let us discuss what are the various types of assessment. First is formative assessment. It's a type of assessment which is carried out during the instructions or teaching a unit. This assessment is continuous and throughout the whole instructional plan. It is suggestive rather than evaluative. It has significance for both the teacher as well as students. This assessment provides necessary feedback to teachers regarding modification in teaching style and strategies as per the learning needs of the students. Then summative assessment. This type of assessment is carried out at the end of the course or completion of the instructional plan or semester or the year. It aims at evaluating the students' achievement with regard to the instructional objectives, and it is the final form of assessment which results in grade or marks which are used as indicator of achievement to promote students to the next level of learning. It's a feedback in the form of report to the parents, guardians, students and other stakeholders. Then diagnostic assessment. This type of assessment is generally carried out before the instructional plan actually begins. It provides the feedback to teachers regarding the present status of knowledge, understanding and the skills of the students regarding a content at a specific point. It also locates learners' weakness and strengths in one or the other field of study. It helps the teachers to adjust their teaching method and learning resources along with the individualized plan of the study. Then now let us discuss planning for assessment. Since assessment is an integral part of teaching and learning, teachers should carefully plan it at the beginning of a unit of study. They select assessment purpose, style, approach and tools and techniques in combination with their choices of teaching method. In developing assessment tasks and methods, teacher must think about why they are assessing, how the assessment information will be used, who will receive the assessment information, and what assessment activities or tasks will allow students to demonstrate their learning in a reliable way. Now let us discuss the tools and strategies for assessment and feedback in science. As we know that learning is a personal and internal thing, and to assess students' knowledge, skills, attitude in science subject, a teacher requires a variety of tools and methods. They ask questions, observe students engaged in various teaching learning activities and processes, and examine students' work in progress. And with the introduction of CCE, continuous comprehensive evaluation, assessment has undergone a tremendous change in schools. There is a fundamental shift from testing to learning, as assessment is now regarded as an integral part of teaching learning process. And this shift has also brought a shift in traditional ways of assessment. Tasks like role plays, crossword puzzles, flowcharts, popular science and books review and field trips and classwork, homework assignments, group work, survey, project work, these have become the tools of assessment. Now let us discuss the tools in different categories. Tools have been categorized into two ways, like for scholastic assessment and non-scholastic assessment. For scholastic assessment, under the scholastic assessment, formative and summative assessment are two dimensions. Following tools and techniques have been suggested for scholastic assessment at secondary level in science. Under formative assessment, tools may be objective type short answers, long answer questions, observation, schedule, interview schedule, checklist, rating scale, anecdotal records, and then techniques may be the test, assignment, quizzes, projects, debates, elocution, group discussion and club activities. And for summative assessment, objective type questions, short answer questions, long answer questions can be used. And here we are taking few examples of tools and techniques which have been suggested in various manuals published by NCERT and CBSE for assessment in science. First is written test. In order to assess in depth and detailed knowledge, writing style, understanding, presentation skills, written tests are the most popularly used by a science teacher. A written test may include multiple choice questions, short answer questions, long answer questions, fill in the blanks. These may be used. For role playing, We can say role playing can also be useful for formative assessment for many topics of science. For example, students can be assessed on their learning of state of matter by assigning them roles in the group of 4 or 5, and it assesses their ability of teamwork, rational and logical thinking also. Then next type is debate. Debate provides an opportunity to children to communicate their viewpoint about any issue with logical arguments. The objective of debate should not be to highlight the negative aspect only or to criticize, but to provide an opportunity of balanced evaluation by highlighting both the dimensions of the issue. Debates are a useful tool for development of collaborative and cooperative learning environment, as well as for motivating children to search, collect, arrange, share and discuss new information related to any issue being debated. Then experiments and demonstrations. Students can also be assessed on their understanding of some scientific processes, phenomenon, concepts and working of devices by organization of experiments and assigning them projects. These may be individual or the group projects. Then activities. In science, pedagogy is experiential in nature. A number of activities have been suggested in science textbooks. Many times teachers get confused about teaching and learning and they misconceive the textbook as an activity book only. Then we'll discuss non-scholastic assessment. Under non-scholastic assessment, there are many other tools and techniques. First is observation. Observation also forms an integral part of assessment in science. It helps a teacher to observe among learners various learning traits and skills that cannot be observed through scholastic techniques of assessment. Teacher can easily assess attitude, concept and skills through observation. Then interview. Interview also plays an important role in assessing individual skills and attitude of learners with respect to certain learning outcomes. And students can be assessed on more detailed parameters like their thinking, their imagination as well as their personality. Then rating scale. Rating scale is a technique through which an assessor categorizes the objects, events or persons on a scale represented by a series of continuous numerals or letters. In a rating scale, you can use 3 points, 5 points, 7 points or 9 point scale. Then inventories. Inventories are used to assess personality of learners. An inventory is constructed in the form of questionnaire. It consists of series of questions or statements to which the subjects respond by answering yes or no, agree or disagree. Then anecdotal records. Anecdotal records are informal observational notes in the form of story. A teacher records what learners are learning, their academic performance, learning behavior, their achievements and social interaction. Anecdotal notes should be used to record the day-to-day development of the learner as well as their specific behaviors, especially those are cause for concern, speech patterns, language development, social or emotional development. Then we can say portfolios. Portfolio is a collection of evidence of learners' work over a period of time. It could be day-to-day work or selection of learners' best piece of work, and portfolio provides a cumulative record of growth and development of a skill or competence in an area over a period of time. It may be photographs, paintings, audio-video recordings, self-assessment sheet, peer assessment sheets, parent assessment sheets. So these can be some examples of portfolios. So now friends, what we have discussed till now, we can have a quick look on that. Dear learners, we have discussed in detail the meaning, concept of assessment and feedback along with their relationship. We have also discussed how important is assessment in teaching science through highlighting nature and characteristics of assessment. 3 basic types of assessment, formative, summative and diagnostic assessment we have discussed in detail, and we have also discussed the importance of planning for an assessment in the whole process of assessment in science. And at the end, we have discussed some important tools and strategies for assessment in science. For scholastic achievement, we have discussed different types of tools like written tests, like short answer questions, long answer questions, experiments. For scholastic achievement, we have discussed these. And for non-scholastic achievement, we have also discussed some tools like observation, interview and portfolios. These were certain tools under non-scholastic achievement. I hope you all have enjoyed this learning session and good luck for your next coming classes. Thank you.